Hello. Today I'm going to talk about Jill, issue number 9, May 1985. Jill magazine was launched in 1983 by stylist Babette Dijon. Although it ran for only 11 issues closing in 1985, the magazine made an indelible mark on fashion. It focused on the new ready-to-wear stars of Paris like Claude Montana, Terry Mugler, Azzedine Alaïa, and Jean-Paul Gaultier, and the radical new wave of Japanese designers like Comme des Garçons and Yohji Yamamoto. There was a post-punk attitude which ran through Jill. It was a more youthful and rebellious antidote to Vogue France. A year after Jill's closing, Dijon's work appeared in The Face, July 1986 issue, an issue dedicated to the new stars of Paris. The Face praised Dijon's accomplishments and commissioned her with an 8-page spread on classic Parisian style. In 1998, Dijon launched Numero, which is still in existence. In this issue, there is an advertisement editorial shot by Tony Viramontes for the Genius Group. The Genius Group was a collective of brands founded by Renzo Russo of Diesel and Adriano Goldschmied. Tony Viramontes was an illustrator and photographer mentored by image maker Antonio Lopez. Viramontes did work for Claude Montana, Valentino, and Yves Saint Laurent, and his work was featured in magazines like Pierre Louis, British Vogue, and The Face. He also did covers for Janet Jackson and Arcadia, a band comprised of members from Duran Duran. This advertisement has some famous models from that time. Ben Shaw, one of the biggest male models of the 1980s, Mimi Portowska, a favorite of avant-garde fashion designers and fashion magazines, and Violeta Sanchez, muse to Yves Saint Laurent. But perhaps the most striking image from the story is of Scarlett Cannon. Scarlett was one of the habitués of the Blitz, a club night started by Steve Strange in 1979. Her singular style landed her in magazines, most notably on the cover of ID issue 8. In 1981, at just 18 years old, she was the host of Cha-Cha Club, along with jewelry designer and soon-to-be stylist Judy Blame, which was at the Back of Heaven, Europe's largest gay nightclub. Cha-Cha catered to the flamboyantly dressed style set of the early 1980s. When Blame began styling and landed his first cover, ID March 1986, he used Scarlett as his model. She was also on the cover of As Seen in Blitz, Fashioning 80s Style, Ian R. Webb's book on the magazine, of which he was the fashion director. In the back of the issue, there is a story on the nightclubs of Dallas, Texas. An odd choice, you may think, for a niche Parisian fashion magazine, but there is a connection. The nightclub they selected as their favorite was Stark Club. Stark Club was the first project done in the U.S. by designer and architect Philippe Starck. It opened in May 1984 and ran until 1989, becoming legendary for its interior and permissive attitude, attracting a chic and colorful clientele. The doorwoman for the first year was Edwige Bellemare, the queen of Paris punk, who shot to fame when she was photographed for the cover of French magazine Facade with Andy Warhol. She was a model, most notably for Jean-Paul Gaultier, a singer, and a doorwoman for La Palace, Paris's most fashionable nightclub in the late 1970s. Edwige moved to New York in the early 1980s and became a fixture on the nightclub scene, hosting many events. In the book, Fashion, the 20th Century, she is listed as one of the style setters of the 1980s.